Hello and welcome to Desert Rat Fiber Arts. I'm Desert Rat, but you can call me Lloyd. Okay, today's the day we're going to take a look at the 2025 block of the month for July. I have taken over the block of the month for PAQA, which is the Phoenix Area Quilters Association. It's my quilt guild that I belong to. So they asked me to take over the block of the month, and this is my first attempt at it. So, being July, and here in the United States, of course, that means 4th of July, so we're going to be doing something a little patriotic. Of course, feel free to use whatever colors you want and in whatever way you want to build this. So, we're going to be building a block using 3 strips, 2.5 inch by, it has to be at least 13 inches, about 14 inches, a little bit better. A white and 1 white and 2 red, and then you're going to need 2 6.5 inch of blue. Now again, if you want blue and white stripes and a red, you can do that, or blue and red stripes, and that's fine. Whatever you want to do. Just red, white, and blue is the theme for this one, but again, use whatever colors you want and whatever combination looks good to you and makes you happy. So, first step is we're going to take our red and our white strips and we're going to put them together, pretty sides together, and we're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam down one side, just like any other strip set we've done so far, and then you're going to press it to the red side. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put your other red down, base pretty sides together. Sew your 1/4 inch seam down. Open it up and press it again towards the red side so that you wind up with a strip set. Let me push that out of the way. Like this. This is going to be about 6.5 inches across. Now, where's my ruler here? This actually, for me, it turned out to be more like 6 1/8. Okay, let me get this set up right. Okay, so there's one. So if I go from one edge out, it's actually 6 and a little over 3/8 of an inch. So you kind of want to get it to 6.5 if you can. If you can't, that's fine. You're going to take then instead, and you're going to cut your blocks to 6 3/8 or whatever size you came up with. I'm going to just even this up real quick. And then I'm going to measure out 6 3/8 on this. So turn around this way. So I want 6, and there's half, and there's 3/8 there, and 3/8 here. Hopefully you can see this. Line it up. One of your lines on here. 6 3/8 for me, and then I'm going to cut 1 and 2 blocks out of this, both at 6 3/8 inch. Let me get that lined up there and cut that. Okay. So we've got 2 blocks that are going to be the same size. Should be 6 3/8 in both directions. And then you're going to take your blue block or whatever you're doing for your solid, and you're going to trim it to the same size. So in this case we want 6 3/8. So we line up 6 3/8 down here and along here. And then I'm just going to trim this excess off. Sorry about bumping the camera here. For 1. And then we're going to do the second one. Six and 3/8 there, and 6 and 3/8 here. Of course, if you're doing like a scant 1/4 inch, you're probably going to get closer to your 6 1/2. So if you can do a scant 1/4 inch, that might be the better way to go on this. That and that. All right. So now all 4 of our blocks should be the same size. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to take these and you're going to draw a line from one point to the other side with a different ruler other than this one. And then you're going to take your stripe block, and it doesn't matter whether it's this way or this way, it's going to work the same. It's going to come out exactly the same. You're going to line up your solid fabric on top of that. You're going to have your line going from one point to the other, and then you're going to sew a 1/4 inch away from that center line. Then you're going to turn it around, and you're going to sew a 1/4 inch away from the center line on this side. So it's going to give you a block like this, where you have your 2 seams, and then you got your center line. And let me get a better ruler here. Hang on just a second. Okay, you're going to take your better ruler and then you're going to cut along the line that you drew from point to point. Pull these apart, and this is going to give you your half square triangles. You're going to get 2 of them from each block. You're going to need a total of 4 of these blocks, 4 of these half square triangle blocks. That's why we did the two blue plus the 2 reds. That'll give you your 4 half square triangles. And then you're going to get them, you're going to trim off your points here, your dog ears. You're going to press it towards your larger piece of fabric here. And then you're going to arrange your 4 points into a pinwheel shape. So we're going to turn it like, let's see, like this. And then the other 2 here and here. I don't have another block ready for that. But that's going to give us something that's going to look like this when it's completed. So in the way I did it here, you kind of got like a square going around and another square in the middle. It's offset a little bit, I know that, but I'm not too worried about that. But there's other ways that you could turn these around. Let me see if I can figure it out real quick. So that you got your pinwheel going more like this. And then your other blue and white at the top like that, of course. And that way your stripes kind of point out as well. Another way that you could do it, let me see if I can, I can't really do it with this, but if you did something like this with your blue in the middle and your stripes on the outside, that would just kind of give you like a large block in the middle surrounded by stripes. It's one thing you could do. You could also do it like that with but turn it around like this so that you got your 2 blue pointing in and 2 blue pointing out. That particular pattern is called broken dishes. So lots of ways that you can do these. For our challenge, we were doing the pinwheel. So that's what we're working with. And when your finished block, if it was at 6.5 inches, will give you roughly an 11.5 inch block finished. So it's going to be a little bit less than that with these, since I had to trim off, about 1/8 of an inch or so off of the sides to get it to where it would line up correctly. So that's it for the July block of the month. I'll put a link below to where the actual pattern is on the PAQA website. Feel free to check it out, as well as all the other blocks of the month that we've had in our challenge in there. And let me know what you think of this and how you would do this block. So until next time, this is Desert Rat. Happy crafting.